I've gotten lost in the library. How many books is it going to take to get me out? Hi friends, welcome back to Pages in Chaos and Happy New Year. It's January, it's a new month, and it's time for a new readathon. So this is the third year that I'm participating in the TBRathon that is hosted by Leandra at TBR0, and then she also does one in October, TBR Harvest. So I am going to start off the year and the month strong by participating. Now, if you haven't participated in this before, make sure you go follow Leandra. I'm going to tag her down below because she goes through all of the details about her readathon. She has 3 different game boards that she creates, and this year she did something a little bit different. She extended it across a year, or you could do the month long, and then she does, I believe, weekend long sprints and things like that to cover your TBR. As always, I'm going to try the maze, and I'm going to do things a little bit differently this year. I'm actually going to do all of my rolls in the beginning, and I'm going to see if I can get out of the library by reading those books. So this maze this year is a library, and I absolutely love that. So you get to pick which room to start in, and then you get to roll to see what books you're gonna read. So I'm actually going to pick a room, and I'm going to roll first to see how many rolls I can get and pick my books that way. So let's go see what we get for my TBR-a-thon rolls. Okay, so here are my dice. I'm going to use an 8-sided die to figure out how many rolls I'm going to do to figure out how many books I'm going to read. I'm a little nervous about this. So Leandra did this, and she used a 12-sided die, and I feel like that's a little too much, but 6 I feel like is a little too little. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see, but we'll try it, and hopefully I don't get an exorbitant amount where I can't finish that. And then I'm going to use the 6-sided die to roll on my board. So let's see what we get. Okay, so we have a total of 4 rolls, which I feel like is doable because it's going to be 4 rolls plus whichever room I start in. So it's going to be a total of 5 books. So I'm actually going to use for my little game piece Hedwig here. This is one of the little pieces that I got from my advent calendar last month, and I thought it was a perfect use of this. So I'm actually going to start Hedwig here in middle grade. Okay, so I'm starting in the middle grade room because I really did want to get this book read. One of my goals is to go through all of like my bookish boxes that I bought from like Owl Crate and all these things and get them read this year. So this one is Alliana, Girl of Dragons, and this was from Once Upon a Book Club, and there's still a whole bunch of gifts and everything that you open up when you get to certain pages. So this one is going to be my starting read for TBRathon. So Alliana, the Girl of Dragons, is about Alliana who helps out in her stepfamily's inn, and one day she saves a night dragon and she helps an apprentice witch, and somehow she sees this as a chance to go on this adventure and hopefully escape the tyranny of her stepfamily and her stepmother. Sounds like a Cinderella retelling. And let's do our first roll. Okay, so it kind of rolled off camera there, but we got a 2. So I think for this, I don't know. I kind of want to go up towards adult fiction, but I also have some YA. So let's go this way, and we're going to go 1, 2, and I landed on a Black author. Now this roll was for Black author, and I actually had to go through my shelves and narrow it down because there were a few that I wanted to read, but I actually decided to go with Legendborn by Tracy Dion because I bought this about a month or 2 ago from Pango. They were having a sale, or from Book Outlet. Yeah, Book Outlet. And I just really wanted to pick this up. I've wanted to pick this one up for a while, so I'm very happy that I landed on this, and this is the one that I'm going to read for that. Legendborn is about Bree, who is trying to find the truth behind her mother's disappearance and death. It says that she dies in an accident when she's 16 years old, and so she basically sneaks into this secret society called the Legendborn, and she's trying to uncover these secrets and the true story. And I think she says, it says that she claims to get in by being a descendant of King Arthur's knights, and explains like that this magical war is coming, and now she has to find out how far she can take this lie to get the truth about what happened to her mother. So I'm excited for this one. So let's see what we get for our second roll. 4. Let's go 1, 2, 3. And I'm actually going to land here on nonfiction because I do have a nonfiction book that I want to read for this. For the nonfiction role, I'm glad I got nonfiction, and that's why I purposely went that way, because I did want to read this and pick up the second book in the James Herriot series that I was reading. So the first book was All Things Bright and Beautiful. This is the second installment, and this is just about James Herriot, starting, I believe, in the 30s and going all through like World War II, and just his life and his stories about being a vet in Yorkshire, this small little farm vet, things like that. And I just love his stories. And I absolutely love the show that's on PBS. I know the show that's currently on there is a remake. They did it once before, but I just love the current show. And I think the next season's coming out soon. So I'm excited for that. All right, let's do roll number 3. And we got a 5. So let's see, which way are we going to go? I think I'm gonna continue up the board. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm very happy I went up. I actually wanted to go to these. So we got a cozy activity. So for this role, I landed on a cozy task, and I have 2 possible cozy tasks. We'll see when I get to it. Maybe I'll do them both. But I did start my very first book nook, and I don't know how cozy this is gonna be because there are a lot more parts than I expected. I should have gotten one of the ones that was actually like split up into good for beginners. Instead, I just really liked this one and I picked it up, and yeah, so we'll see how cozy this one is, but I am going to work a little bit on this one. And then I also, even though there was a slot for this on the game board, I still consider this a cozy task. I might try this game. So this is, I think, 1 to 4 players. I got this on a Kickstarter. It's called A Place for All My Books, and it's just this adorable game about trying to build a bookstore, I believe, and just collecting all of these different books and things like that. I haven't played this yet. I think I got it a couple of months ago when I opened it, and I just haven't gotten a chance to play with it. So I definitely am going to attempt to do that. So when I get, you know, in the mood to listen to an audio, I'll play this for my cozy task. Here is our last roll, and I got a 3. So let's go 1, 2, 3. LGBTQIA plus author. And this last roll was LGBTQIA plus authors, and I have 2 that are on my TBR, so I don't know which one I'm going to pick up. Maybe I'll pick up both of them. But what was definitely on my list for books that I wanted to pick up for this month is A Pirate's Life for Tea. This is the second book in the Tomes and Tea. I don't know if it's a trilogy or series. I think there's 3 books out. I don't know if there's a 4th one coming out. But this picks up with Chianti and Raina, who are on the run at this point. I'm not going to go into too many details because it's spoiler for the first one, but basically they go into hiding in the first book and they open up this just magical tea shop and bookshop, and it was just so cozy. I absolutely loved it. I just loved the relationship between these 2. So I will definitely be picking this one up at some point. So if I do pick up a different book or a second book for this prompt, I'm going to pick up Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune. I fell in love with TJ Klune when I read The House on the Cerulean Sea, and I read the synopsis of this one and I absolutely loved it. It was so intriguing, so I definitely want to pick this one up as well. So this is about a reaper coming to collect Wallace, and like he comes to the realization like he might actually be dead, but he's not ready to cross over. So he meets Hugo, who plans to help him cross over by going through all of these things that he wants to accomplish, I think in a week. 7 days. So I can't wait. So it says, welcome to Sharon's Crossing. The tea is hot, the scones are fresh, and the dead are just passing through. Well, there you have it. Those are my rolls for TBRathon, and I'm going to see how I do this time now that I rolled all of my rolls ahead of time and I built my pile of possibilities right at the beginning. So make sure you check back at the end of the month to see if I escaped from the library. And don't forget to check out Leandra's channel for all of the information on TBRathon and just everything else that she does and posts there, because she's just such a lovely creator and I absolutely adore her. I'll link her down below. And if you want to let me know that you were here but you're a little too shy to comment, then leave me a books emoji, because everything that I have here, including my cozy activity, deals with books. Go figure. Well, that's all I have for now. Bye.